Salve, benvenuti ad un nuovo episodio della Blind Run di Starfield. Stiamo attraccando sulla UC Vigilance in modo da fare il rapporto sulla nostra ultima missione. Chissà cosa ci dicono del fatto che siamo appena entrati in una stazione spaziale della UC, top secret, che abbiamo ritirato. Andiamo da Cicicande, sono curioso. Anzi, sono curioso di vedere se hanno arrestato il tizio. Se hanno arrestato il tizio. Petrosian.
Howdy. Heard you had to board the Siren of the Stars. I was on there once for a tribute to my ancestor. I never felt more out of place. You're dismissed.
Ok. Ah, eccoti. Salve.
There you are. I was wondering when you'd visit. Should give us a little time to catch up.
Mi sorprende che tu la stia prendendo così bene.
Well, of course, what choice do I have? Thanks to my own stupidity, my second chance to return to the Crimson Fleet is long gone. And by the time I get out of prison, any hopes I had to return to that life will have fully
Se mai uscirai da prigione. Non farò finta di sentirmi in colpa.
You shouldn't. Clearly, I was never cut out for this sort of thing in the first place. Well, anyway, glad you popped by to say hello. Now, if you wouldn't mind letting an old man get his rest, I'd appreciate it.
Posso chiederti del tuo arresto?
After getting set up on the key, I traveled to a few settlements to find a base of operations. I was looking for a place that would allow me to pick up information about juicy shipments for the fleet to jump on. And I stopped at Gagarin. Sis Def was on the ground waiting for me instead of that.
A Gagarin, furbissimo sei, giustamente, su un sistema dell'OC. Immagino che la Trident stia sporgendo denuncia.
Oh yes, quite aggressively. The illegal team will very likely grind me into the dirt. There isn't much I can do about it.
Già.
The amusing thing is, I don't even think they care very much that the heist went down on their ship. That's a given risk for them. I think they're more embarrassed I was able to gain the position as captain of the Siren under false pretenses in the first place.
Ci sta. Ti ho fatto un favore a metterti qui perché la Defsis sta per abbattere la flotta Chemisi.
So you're saying I should be happy that you took me out of the line of fire?
Sì.
I have to confess, I never thought of it that way. Last thing I intended to do with my life was go out in a blaze of glory on Neiva or Delgado's behalf. But at the same time, my freedom's gone, so I'm not exactly popping the cap off the vodka bottle and celebrating either.
Già. Arrivederci.
You really pulled a number on me, Agent. Well done.
Presa con molta filosofia lui, eh. Ciao, coso. Come stai, Austin?
Back to gawk at the creatures in the cages?
Sì, divertente.
Be careful around the fleet. They talk about family, but it's just a bunch of crap.
Coso? Ah, eccoti. Ti hanno messo al piano di sopra, vedo, eh.
Salutations. I assume you're here to commemorate my terrible misfortune.
Bella sta telecamera, dritta poi. Presumo che tu intenda il fatto che ti sei incriminato da solo con la registrazione audio.
Ah, yes, the infamous evidence that you procured. Bravo, detective. Allow me to congratulate you on your sleuthing skills. That recording was quite a find. I must admit that I was short-sighted when it came to Ms. Swith's ingenuity. I shall not make that same mistake twice.
Certo. Sono qui per ricordare i vecchi tempi.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, as much as I detest being the bearer of bad news, I have to disclose that you're wasting your time.
Ah, tu dici?
You see, this imprisonment is merely an insignificant hindrance. I don't foresee being incarcerated in perpetuity.
Vabbè,
In fact, I would wager that my legal team will have my release expedited within the month.
vedremo. In che modo i tuoi legali possono tirarti fuori da questa situazione?
I only had the time to explain the wondrous loopholes of the UC's justice system. Do you honestly think that I'd embark on an endeavor with Miss Swist and Mr. Vera without a legal exit strategy at my disposal?
Ma non lo so.
I can assure you, I won't be imprisoned aboard the Vigilance for an inordinately extended period of time.
Rovinate la reputazione e la punizione è sufficiente.
Indeed. Due to your actions, my tenure with Galbank has been terminated and several million credits in fines
Non male.
are being levied against me. The day is yours, Agent. You should be proud.
Apprezzo il complimento.
You're quite welcome. Well, enough idle banter. I've taken up more than my share of your valuable time. Honestly, this interaction has been quite pleasurable. Do feel free to stop by and gloat at any time. Good day. Perhaps you could provide me some space so I might be alone with my thoughts. Thank you. I believe I've already
Bene.
articulated everything I could.
Si sta riempiendo qua. Qua mi sa che si riempirà sempre di più. Oh. Non ci fermeremo finché non ci sarà neanche del gado qua. Direi.
We take a prototype UC ship.
Sì.
A lot of explaining to do when this is all over.
It'll be fine. You know how I know? Because just last week, I read a report about a pirate attack a few clicks from Gagarin. The fleet boarded their ship, took everything, and left them for dead.
Ah.
Even the children.
È una cosa buona?
So when we bring these bastards to justice, no one in their right mind is gonna complain about some classified UC tech.
Ok.
Damn. When you put it that way, it just makes the mission that much clearer.
As a former convict, you've seen the keep the floors and your nose clean, and you can stay as long as
Ciao ciao. Andiamo a parlare con i Kande, facciamo un rapporto.
Do what Commander Ikande says.
Aspetta, c'era coso, Alex.
Yes? What? Mole.
La stazione segreta che hai menzionato era la SY920?
Yeah, it was. And you can probably guess what project it was for.
Già. Ti piacerebbe rispondere a qualche domanda sulla SY920?
Yeah, I thought you might. I heard the fleet sent you up there for some more pirate work.
Ah.
Even more impressive, you managed to do it without taking any lives. Maybe I misjudged you. That's more than I can say for myself, given the history of Project Archangel.
Parlami del progetto Arcangelo.
We were testing prototype fighter ships. Experimental engines, weaponry, the works. The four of us were the best of the best. Emphasis on the were.
Come facevi parte del progetto?
I was one of 4 pilots recruited for the program. My codename was Azrael. At the time, I embraced the name. The Angel of Death hunting Crimson Fleet pirates in a prototype ship. But even for an angel, pride always comes before the fall.
Deve esserci un motivo per cui non fai più parte del progetto.
The official word is I was transferred back to SysDef because the need was great. The reality is I was kicked off the unit. I was so bored on that station, I spent all my time in the barracks drinking cases of smuggled booze.
Bello.
When the time came for my test flight, I was so wasted, one of the others had to cover for me. The engine caught fire right after takeoff. Pilot, crew, gone in a flash.
Bella merda. Beh, scusami, se il problema sarà nel prototipo, la colpa era degli ingegneri, no?
No, they were just doing their job. The only one who wasn't pulling their weight was me. People tell me all the time it's not my fault. But fault's got nothing to do with it.
Dici che dovevi morire tu e non loro.
Instead, some other pilot took my place.
Capito.
How's the pirating business? See ya.
Sia.
I haven't seen my family in a while.
Vediamo un po' cosa ci dice i Kande. Non ho altre prove? Oh sì, non mi ricordo, mo vediamo.
I woke up in the middle of the night once and found Ensign Betty taking this.
Non penso di avere altre prove di
It seems you
incriminazione.
had quite the eventful mission on your hands.
Sì.
You still have the Crimson Fleet's trust, and you were able to spare lives in the process.
Decisamente. Infiltrarsi in quella stazione senza essere beccati è stato complicato. Come sta reagendo il Tasma a questa faccenda?
As you probably guessed, not very well. Keeping Mast out of the loop regarding this particular mission has proven exceptionally difficult. But we've managed to keep your involvement in the dark.
Ok.
Sparing the lives of the soldiers on SY-920 has definitely made our position with the top brass much easier.
Meno male. Infiltrarsi in quella stazione senza essere beccati è stato complicato.
But you did so with an abundance of stealth and restraint. That's exactly what we're looking for in a SysDef operative.
Then you were most fortunate you coerced us into helping you, not some half-mad spacer.
Excuse me, sir. I hate to interrupt, but there's still the matter of the comm spike to discuss.
Yes, of course, Lieutenant. Time is short, and we should get to the matter at hand. Please give me your report.
Cosa intendi col tempo scarseggia?
With the acquisition of the comm spike, the fleet is one step closer to Crix's legacy.
Certo.
And the more people we arrest, the greater the chance that your infiltration is discovered. We're working against the clock here, so let's start by discussing the status of the comm spike.
La capitana dei mercantili mi ha aiutato a raggiungere la stazione. Dobbiamo arrestarla?
That all depends on what you brought back from your mission. Aside from your eyewitness testimony, I assume you have the usual evidence that could lead to her incarceration?
I can take it off your hands once we complete your debriefing, but at the moment I'm far more concerned
Non
about
penso di avere prove, però vediamo. Delgado ha messo Jasmine Duran al lavoro sul Comspike.
Then it's just a matter of time before she reverse engineers it to fit the fleet's purposes. So what does Delgado have you doing next? Has he solved the Bannock 4 problem?
Ritiene che la griglia di conduzione della Generdyne al Neon sia la chiave.
The conduction grid?
Sì.
That's brilliant, but is it actually possible? It's 80-year-old tech. Sorry, sir. The conduction grid is how Neon generates its power. It essentially absorbs lightning strikes and converts it to usable energy. It would take a hell of an engineer to modify the technology to handle Bannock 4's EM field. An engineer, like Jasmine Durand.
That's the case. Inform our contacts on Neon that our operative will be touching down there in the near future.
Absolutely, sir.
And before you depart, I wanted you to know that your efforts are helping us gain interest among my superiors.
Ah, sì?
They're finally beginning to believe that we can take down the Crimson Fleet and make amends for the UC's embarrassing mistake.
Bene. Imbarazzante errore?
The fact that our common enemy owes its existence to the United Colonies,
Certo.
of course. It was the riot at the lock, touched off by Jasper Crix, that inspired him to create the Crimson Fleet in the first place.
Thanks to your assistance, we'll be able to rectify that mistake, and Mast will authorize an all-out assault.
Non ti preoccupa che la flotta sia così vicina alla realtà di Crix?
Of course I am, but it's a calculated risk.
Mi fa piacere che alla fine ti stiano prendendo sul serio.
It's long overdue. All right, I suppose that's all for now. I'll be looking forward to your next report. Good luck. And please, be careful.
14.000 crediti? Minchia.
Anything new to report?
No, non ho niente da riportare in realtà.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Va bene.
Sometimes we'll take the long-range fighters out for grav jump and patrol high-traffic orbitals for fleet.
Vediamo se c'è un nuovo rapporto. Probabilmente sulla cosa, su Tizia ce l'ha. Profili criminali. Eccoci, un po' di più. Edler Kemp, Nevamora, Evgeny Rokov, Juan Dayu. Tranquilla e riservata astuta, uno dei più giovani capitani della flotta. Juan si è rifatta una reputazione per essere svelta e professionale. Sebbene abbia messo in piedi un'attività mercantile di successo nel cuore di Nuova Atlantide, i rapporti dell'intelligence ci dicono che è coinvolto in una serie di operazioni di contrabbando che riguardano varie stazioni dei sistemi colonizzati. Misurata e meticolosa, la personalità della capitana Dayu è in contrasto con le sue schiere più turbolente. E sta il Vincent, quello che deve incontrare. È più giovane dell'altra, però ha più esperienza. Carismatica, violenta e aggressiva. Estelle Vincent è la capitana responsabile della gestione delle attività della flotta a Neon e ha legami con Benjamin Bayou, In apparenza Estelle sembra turbolenta e carismatica, beve spesso fino all'assordimento e intona canzonette oscene al bar di Madame Sauvage. Manca una M, manca una E credo. In realtà è pericolosa e aggressiva e preferisce gestire i problemi ricorrendo alla violenza. Oddio. Ho l'impressione che la prossima missione potrebbe essere tosta, non uccidere nessuno. Potrebbe essere dura. Allora. Andiamo, Vasco. Fa veramente schifo sta cosa che usi lo scanner e si frizzi tutto. Boh, ha senso sta roba? Va bene, andiamo comunque. Andiamo. Andiamo a Neon. Dirigiamoci verso Neon. Tra l'altro dovrei vedere quanti soldi ho, perché mi stanno dando un botto di soldi con queste missioni, ma non sto guardando quanti soldi ho effettivamente. Voli. Voli Tau, voli Psi, voli Phi, voli Alpha, voli Omega. C'era un'altra missione che devo fare a voli o ricordo male? Felix Sadler. No, era un'altra missione. Non ricordo.
The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end what can be accomplished when there are credits to be made.
Fauna. Devo ancora scansionare la fauna, effettivamente. Oh. Animale. Un animalo. Fammi scansionare st'animale. Vabbè. Balena squalo, eccolo. Ah. Balena squalo. Ma quella è una persona. Ah, quella è Andreja, credo. Ma l'altro chi è? No, è un discepolo? Che cazzo è sta gente? Ma che cazzo ci fanno qua loro?
No funny business.
Ma fate ridere voi. Baticernia. Balena squalo. Altra balena squalo. Baticernia. Ecco Andreja. Quindi le baticernie in teoria sono aggressive, mentre le balene squalo no. Sembra. No, pacifico in realtà sembra. Ok. Altra balena squalo. Va bene. No, tutto bene, grazie Andreja. Bene. Andiamo al nucleo. Anche se no, oddio. Basta prendere l'ascensore e ci siamo per andare al Madame Sauvage. Oh no! Oh no! E vabbè. Facciamo così, va? Andiamo al nucleo. Eccoci qua. Devo andare al left side. Bella sta nebbia. E Madame Sauvage. Estelle Vincent. Salve.
Take it easy.
You looking to get zoned?
Sballarmi?
Yeah, you know, dusted, blazed, frosted, high. If you aren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want?
Sono qui per te.
Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Cioè? Chi ha detto che nessuno ti prende sul serio? Che stai facendo?
Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
Ma dove stai guardando? Basta con le stanzette e mettiamoci al lavoro.
Are you serious? You're just gonna completely blow me off like that? I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
He has certainly earned quite a reputation. Neon is proof of it.
Ah, ecco cosa stavo guardando. Se vuoi fare incazzare il legato da Gnano, ti è un tuo problema.
Alright. I get the point. Let's just get this over with. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible.
Dimmi.
You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
Ok. Che tipo di struttura stiamo parlando?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
Certo. Basso vendere solo dov'è? Cosa dici preciso del nucleo energetico?
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
Sembra abbastanza semplice, dai.
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system.
Perché?
It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
Perché dovrei impegnarmi a fare questo?
The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take.
Sì.
As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked.
Delgado non ha menzionato alcun virus.
That's because you're planning it for me as a favor. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
C'è un altro Bayou al Generdyne?
Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. Well, he's not the brightest.
Perché vuoi avere accesso ai loro dati?
Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it.
Va bene. Immagino ci sarà parecchia sicurezza.
Oh no. Are you scared, little rabbit? Well, don't worry. I've got you covered. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
Ho un certo peggio da Ryujin se può servire.
Ryujin Cloud doesn't mean shit at Generdyne. So you're gonna have to deal with Komiko and potentially her boyfriend, Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
Bene. Cosa puoi dirmi dell'Euforica?
Pretty laid-back club over in Ebside. Owner's name is Maiko. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course. But rumor says it's way less than he usually takes.
Sì, anche perché fa schifo quel posto. C'è qualcosa che devo sapere su Ayumi Komiko?
Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Cosa vuoi dirmi di Brazen Bayou?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician. Yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Dimmi qualcosa sulla Generdyne.
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
Immagino che la città li stia prendendo soldi per restare a galla.
Loaning them credits? No, that's not how things work around here.
Ah no?
The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis.
Ok.
Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious
Benjamin Bayou. Gli azionisti della Generdyne? La Ryuji Corporation? Non frega niente di Ryujin.
Oh, sorry. That's a good one, Rook. No, it's not Generdyne's shareholders. It's good old Benny Bayou.
E non c'era l'opzione però, cazzo.
Son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in the sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? Wasn't
Certo, l'hai già detto 20 volte sta cosa. Possiamo andarcene?
Don't let Komiko push you around. She isn't as tough as she seems.
Va bene. Quindi andiamo un attimo alla sede della Generdyne. Andiamo alla sede della Generdyne e quella è la torre di commercio, esatto. Non c'era qualcosa che dovevo fare all'hotel voli? Ricordo male? Cos'è che dovevo fare qua? Ciao Rivas.
It's nice to see you today. Maybe after you've... Sorry. Enjoy your visit to Neon.
Mi ricordo vagamente sta cosa, piano 3. No. Piano 2 ci sarebbe la mia stanza eventualmente, che però è chiusa adesso. Va bene, andiamo Andreja. Va bene, non importa. Andiamo sto ufficio del commercio, torre del commercio. Jonathan Industries, eccoci qua.
I'll be happy to answer any questions about the conduction grid.
Fammi una domanda, posso fare una domanda su Ayumi Komiko?
As long as it doesn't get me into serious.
Sospetti che sia... Da quanto è il tuo capo?
I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think.
Ti piace lavorare per lei?
She's my boss. She's fine, I guess. Look, like I said, I don't want to get into serious trouble. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down.
Sospetti che sia coinvolta in qualcosa di illegale?
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line.
Come potrebbe mai succedere di male se mi aiuti?
Maybe. Need to think about it.
You know, maybe. Servono... Non me ne andrò finché non mi dirai quello che voglio sapere.
Is this really what we're doing?
Mi servono delle informazioni, nessuno sa in grado di salire a te.
No.
Fanculo.
Look, I don't know why you...
Vabbè.
Hope to see you again soon.
Arrivederla.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
C'è il terminale di comico per caso qui da qualche parte? Oh, sono incastrato. Ok. Eccoci qua. Vediamo se troviamo qualcosa. Ok.
Please try not to alert anyone to what you're doing.
Fatto io queste cose le avevo già fatte. Senti, facciamo una cosa, va? C'ho voglia veramente di non avere la posizione di vantaggio. Preferisco averla. Visto che posso farlo, lo faccio. No? Perché non dovrei farlo? Se posso.
It's nice to have as long as it does. Whoa.
Dai.
You're just annoying.
Mi servono informazioni.
I mean...
sì, se mi volessero, che mi aiuteresti se potessi.
I hear you. Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayou.
Vabbè, niente di
He
nuovo.
was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayou stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko. And before you ask...
Ah, quindi sì, era nella sua cassaforte, effettivamente. Se il pensiero di farti coinvolgere di nuovo così tanto, perché fammi accedere alla sua cassaforte?
Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's running through this. People around here. Something...
Va bene, quindi mi ha dato l'accesso alla cassaforte, semplicemente. Quindi ero nel posto giusto. Stavo effettivamente per trovare quello che avevi trovato comunque. Incontro con Bayou, carità in un universo senza Dio e soldi. Vediamo un po' ste prove. Incontro con Bayou.
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
It's the numbers, Ayumi. I don't
The way
like what
things
I'm
are
seeing.
looking at Genodyne?
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break.
Va bene. Quindi abbiamo qualcosa per incriminarla.
If Genodyne was showing a profit,
Clearly the intent is to get us into the Astro Lounge. If I do not know about you, but I'm starting to suspect that Benjamin Bayou has a slightly inflated view of
I
himself.
choose your next words very carefully before you go. plans cut some stuff. I don't care how you do it. I want Generdyne's profit soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about bracing like that again.
Vediamo. Salve.
Ready to relax? You people should leave her alone.
Ho dei documenti che dovrebbe firmarmi.
Yeah, sure. You debt collectors are low-life
Esattori.
assholes. Now get out of my
I suspect I would enjoy the attempt much.
Che mi buttermi già la strada tu?
When I need the trash taken out, I call the strikers.
Che non esistono più.
So unless you want to do
Non recupero crediti, faccio parte della flotta.
the Crimson Fleet. Sorry, Ayumi owes a lot of
Certo,
money.
certo,
If you
certo,
want
certo,
to
certo,
talk, you
certo,
already
certo,
have
certo,
us.
certo, grazie, arrivederla.
Now sit back, relax, and unwind.
Faccia di merda. Andiamo a parlare con Comico. Eccola. Salve.
Yeah. What do you want?
Devo ripetere a Generdyne, giusto?
Before you continue, let me save you some time. If you're having a problem with your power or complain about your rates, you need to contact our customer service department. Anything else?
Mi serve un modo per entrare nella centrale della Generdyne.
You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that.
Aiutami o queste prove finiranno del tuo piano con Bayo finiranno alla SCNN.
How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew I should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Cosa fai di preciso alla Generdyne?
What is this? A job interview? I'm the COO of the company, second to the top, right under our esteemed CEO, Mr. Harada, also known as Benjamin Bayou. So when you ask me what I do for Generdyne, the answer is nothing. The Bayous run the show, and I tread water. The salary helps, of course, but
Ok.
at the end of the day, I'm just a joke. Sitting in an office to make things look legitimate.
Perché Benjamin Bayo deve nascondere il fatto di essere CEO?
Keeps them off the Freestar Collective's radar. They might actually step in if they discover that the same person controlling the city's regulations and bylaws benefits financially from them. If you haven't figured it out by now, Benjamin has a stranglehold on the city. You can't take a piss without him charging you after flush. Try and get in his way, and then he uses Neon security to beat you senseless. Or the Sioga Syndicate to make you disappear.
Come l'impressione che non ti piaccia molto come vadano le cose alla Generdyne.
If you had to work with Grayson Bayou, you'd understand. The man is still a totally incompetent fool, and he's running our company into the ground. The worst part of it is that he's Administrator Bayou's brother. So I can't fire him. I can't reassign him. I can't even yell at him. It's like having a cut on your body, and you're helplessly watching yourself bleed to death. Except in our case, we're hemorrhaging money.
Per così di personalità te Benjamin?
I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report. Okay, fair enough. A few years back, the previous CEO of Generdyne went missing. As the COO, I was next in line for the job. Instead, Bayou muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, if that meant seducing Bayou to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing.
Ok. Cos'è accaduto al precedente CEO?
What do you think happened? Bayou started sticking his nose into Generdyne's business, all but outright demanding a cut of the profits. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the FC. His shuttle never arrived. Need I say more?
Sembrate una coppia improbabile voi due.
Oh, We're polar opposites, but we share a unique bond. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayou is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there for each other. Forever.
Va bene.
Remember,
If you are free soon,
we never talked.
I'm watching you.
No funny business.
Va bene.
If you require any Aurora to enhance your experience, you let me know.
Yes?
Direi che possiamo andare.
You good?
Plenty of space in the members. Enjoy your drinks.
Bene. Dobbiamo accedere alla Genodyne. Però dobbiamo farlo in modo stealth.
Thanks for choosing Chunks.
Ma basta questo Chunks. Allora andiamo all'ascensore. E va Chunky Day. Eccoci. Offworld Eats. Entriamo alla Genodyne.
I would hope for the sake of these workers that after a while you get used to the smell.
Oh, salve. Non so perché ho fatto sta cazzata, però l'ho fatta. Mi sono abbassato. Un tizio che mi guardava malissimo poi. Raggiungi il nucleo. Mi ha detto che mi attaccano a vista, quindi. È vero, tu volevi parlare?
I have been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. We spoke of the difference between having a purpose and having goals. I believed myself right in the moment and dismissed what you were saying. But thinking more, perhaps I have been arrogant to assume I am right. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
Beh, non ha importanza, non c'è modo di cambiare il passato.
I am not necessarily asking to change what I have done. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet...
qualsiasi cosa tu abbia fatto, non te lo rifaccerò.
No, that is not what I am trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence.
Qui c'è segnata.
It certainly influenced the way I see the universe. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning.
Non ho fatto mai troppo caso a chi mi sta intorno.
Under different circumstances, I might find that insulting. Perhaps you and I both need to reconsider what is important. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
Non lasciare che questi pensieri intralciano la nostra missione. Tenersi tutto dentro non è una buona idea.
Yes, I know. Which is why I am trying to open up about this. I am grateful for your patience and your willingness to listen.
Ok. Condotto di ventilazione. Hop. Mi hai girato. Non era niente. Non era niente. Eh sì, ti hai preoccupato per nulla, assolutamente, sono d'accordo. Ok. Non è di qua che devo andare, mi sa. Non è che qui non c'è un
Looks
buco.
like this goes up to another floor.
Cosa? Che stai dicendo, Andrea? No, di qua non si passa. Ok. Vediamo se sono idioti. No, direi che l'hanno vista. Non dobbiamo farci vedere. Non dobbiamo farci vedere. Il problema è che non ho quel perk che mi permette di fare la stealth anche se cammino velocemente. Quello sarebbe molto utile. Però potremmo sfruttare il salvataggio rapido per crearci dei checkpoint. Qua. Andiamo piano e non ci dovrebbero sentire. Ok. Andrea, vieni qua. Ok. Cos'è qua? Ma è il robot? Ok. Cioè almeno si sta andando alla parte giusta. Mi sa di no. Questa vaga impressione è che non sto andando dalla parte giusta. No, mi sa proprio di no. Dovrei scendere giù, mi sa. Penso che sia il robot più che altro. Ah, ecco, qua si scende. Qua si scende. E questo come lo evito, scusami? Questo come dovrei evitarlo? Non è che ho salvato sulle scale, però. Come dovrei evitarlo quel robot? Ah, scendendo sotto? Ok, stavo sbagliando strada, semplicemente andavo a scendere sotto. Va bene, stavo sbagliando luogo. Attenzione al robot. Ok. Sono lontani però. Solvente. Ah, si sale di qua. Ok. Shh, Andrea, zitta, spostati, non riesco a passare. Ok. C'è un tecnico. Shh. No, non c'è nessuno. Andrea. Perché? 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 Guarda, ogni tanto farò dei salvataggi rapidi, giusto per essere più sicuro di non perdere troppo tempo quando... Quasi sicuramente a questo punto sbaglieremo, direi. Ok. Andiamo. Corsa. Vieni Andrea, muoviti. Non devi uccidere nessuno, Andrea, cazzo. Ma perché? Perché i compagni non attaccano? Che senso c'ha? Che senso ha che i compagni non attaccano quando sto facendo una missione stealth? Che senso ha sta cosa? Guarda, facciamo così. Ok. Stammi vicino. Con calma. Molto silenziosamente. Noi passeremo e non ci faremo sentire. Molto silenziosamente. In modo molto stealth. Senza testa, Andrea, che cazzo succede? Perché senza testa? Ma che cazzo succede? Senza testa. Non devi fare rumore, Andrea, cazzo. Guarda, faccio una cosa. Appena passi, chiudo la porta. Così non ti beccano. Dai, facciamo così? Dai. Muoviti. Ecco, brava. Fammi chiudere la porta adesso. Mi si chiude la porta? Non si può chiudere la porta? Niente, non si può chiudere la porta. Non fatti vedere però, Andrea. Cazzo. Vieni, dai. Senza farti sentire. È solo il robot, vero? Ok. Lei comunque senza testa è rimasta, non so perché. Ok, salviamo. Salviamo. Dai, ci stiamo arrivando. Allora, i robottini della sicurezza, i robottini della polizia non penso che possano far partire l'allarme. Ok, salviamo qua. Ok, c'è della gente. Ok, qui non è bella. Non è assolutamente bello qua. Merda. Merda. No, qui è impossibile adesso. No, qui è impossibile. O prosegui di là o è impossibile. Senti, io provo a fare così, va? Ma quanto devo fare di strada devo fare ancora? Permesso. Permesso. Grazie. Vai. Eccoci qua. Proviamo a fare una cosa, vediamo se ci perdono. Ma chi sta sparando? È Andregia che sta sparando? Oh, io sono nascosto. Ottieni i dati. Tutto a posto. Scarica progetti. Trova preso un Bayou. Cos. Sì, ma come cazzo fa? Fanculo, vai. Facciamo così, va? Abbiamo capito. Facciamo così, vediamo se va. Eccoci qua. PC cifrario, salve. Salve.
Stop, please. If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to.
Qual è il tranello?
No catch. I'm not trying to trick you. You want the cipher? It's yours.
Ma che cazzo succede? Concordo, merita solo il peggio. Chi è tuo fratello?
You're kidding, right? My brother, he's the administrator.
Credo merita solo il peggio. Cazzo sta succedendo?
You know, I've spent my entire life. Everything always worked.
Sì.
And all the while?
Dammi il cifrario, un ottimo modo per vendicare tuo fratello.
That would be nice. You know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. It's my turn to take control for once. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the cipher and whatever else you need.
Sta calmando però,
after you're done?
Non sta più uscendo dalla stanza. Ah no, niente. Appena detto. Perché tu e Benjamin siete così in contrasto?
Because he's a two-faced son of a bitch, that's why. That's not like I should be surprised. When we were younger, we never got along very well.
Cos'è sta roba?
He's 11 years older.
Cos'è sto giocattolo?
We had two different mothers. Might as well have been from two
Signal, man.
families.
Deve essere stata dura.
That's an understatement. I never knew my actual mother. She was my father's mistress. And I was told she vanished from Neon when I was only 2 years old. Ben's mother, she didn't give a crap about me. Wouldn't even let me call her mom. I just had to call her Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine? And then there's Dad. So buried in the day-to-day operations of Neon, he didn't have time to pay attention to his bastard son.
Mi dispiace molto, mi dispiace.
Everyone's sorry. Just as sorry.
Non me ne frega niente di quello che stai dicendo, però va bene.
Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do. And it's nice to get this off my chest, but talking about it isn't going to change a thing. That's why I gave you the encryption.
Va bene, farò io. Come si è finito a lavorare per la Genadine lo sappiamo. Queste sono cose. Quando sono difficili le cose per te la cosa alla parlare?
1 to 10, 1 being the worst, I'm at about, I don't know, a -8. I don't have the background for this electrical engineering stuff.
Va bene. Sì.
Holy crap. You might be right.
Perché devo essere della flotta a vedere sta
It
cosa?
would take some time, but I bet I could figure. All this time I've been trying to develop something new. Thank you for giving me that.
Ciao. Sono nascosto adesso, bello. Cioè mi hanno perso mentre facevo queste stronzate. Sì, sistema di messaggistica, io prendo tutto. Non ci voglio rileggere, sinceramente. Voglio levarmi dai coglioni e basta. Questa missione è ridicola.
I have a bit of time. Do me a favor and don't tell my brother we talked.
Certo, non gli parlerò. Scompari nell'ambiente quando non ti muovi furtivamente. Ah, ecco cos'è l'abilità di cose, di Andreja. Ok, direi una roba. Va bene. Attico di Benjamin Bayou. Lobby della torre di commercio. Ci siamo. E in teoria non so come, ma è filata liscia. Torna da Estelle. Vediamo un po' di musica di Borealus. Ciao Borealus, come va?
I'm a little stoned right now. So, let's take it slow, okay?
Oddio, ancora senza testa Andreja, che cazzo succede?
What did you need? Right.
Ah, there you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Genodyne's systems.
Mi stavi aspettando? Se sai perché sono qui, allora sai cosa c'è in gioco.
All too well. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted. Stringere un accordo con la flotta sarà più economico che rimuovere il virus. Probably. But do you want to know why that's not going to happen? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts. How to get the deal done with finesse. No, For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first. Take whatever you want.
Più o meno, non è vero
Ask
però.
questions later. That's not how I do business.
Ma i tuoi metodi non sono diversi dai nostri.
It may seem that way, but for every rival I've had thrown into the ocean, I've made 2 times as many legitimate deals. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
Tutto qui?
That is an
Ah, lei è
offer.
già senza testa
Your
intanto.
negotiating skills are impressive indeed.
È opera di Brazen Bay, è opera di St. Vincent. Cosa gli succederà?
You don't have to worry about that in the least.
Ah, mi interessa.
You point me to our little mole and I'll do the rest. You don't even have to get your hands dirty.
Forse potremmo aggiungere un accordo finanziario invece.
My dear friend, you couldn't possibly offer me enough money to offset the embarrassment that this has caused. I'm afraid you'll just have
Ah, vabbè, è stato Estelle.
one of your own, I believe. Interesting. Well, unfortunately for Miss Vincent, she won't be joining us for the rest of her life.
One more body for you to stand on top of, to help you reach some unattainable height.
So, I assume this concludes our little... Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards. Negotiations have ended.
Ciao. Pestello alla cocktail. Subito avevo detto pisello, infatti mi sembrava strano. Salve signor Bayu.
Our business has concluded.
What?
What? Possiamo levarci dalle palle? La missione non aveva un cazzo di senso, però l'abbiamo fatta. Quella è la cosa importante. Cioè, come si è risolta non aveva nessun senso. Cioè, siamo corsi dritti in faccia al tizio, che era impazzito, si continuava a correre in giro, la sicurezza non ci attaccava durante quel... Non ha senso, veramente non ha senso. Che stronzata. Torniamo alla chiave. Ora posso farlo direttamente da qui, no? Visto che non ho una nave attraccata a una stazione spaziale, posso andare a Crix, giusto? La chiave. Vai. È andata. Quindi abbiamo tenuto sti piani per fare la roba che ci protegga dalla roba elettromagnetica e... Ok. Stavo insieme, non aveva un cazzo di senso assolutamente per come si è risolta. Parliamo con Neva. Oh, salve.
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with Jazz as soon as possible.
Ah, ok, non è colpa mia, meno male. Spero niente di grave. Non vuoi sapere com'è andata Neon?
Hooray! You got the conduction gizmo. You did exactly what we asked you to do. Good work, pat on the head. Are you ignoring me or something?
Va bene, andiamo.
Oh, it's bad. Real bad. Now get your...
Andiamo all'officina. Quanti crediti? Andiamo all'officina. Ma è ancora buggata Andrea, senza testa è rimasta, vabbè. È andata così. Salve.
And you are sure we will have those defense batteries up and running?
No, I'm not sure. They're in bad shape, Del. Really bad shape. I'm already using duct tape and spit to keep the station from falling apart, and you want me to pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that it's going to be fixed. Period. Get it done.
All right, I'm on it.
You want to quit standing there and hand over the conduction grid data?
Ecco qua.
Ah, perfect. I'll take that.
Dependable as always. Unlike some people we know.
Oh, that's real funny.
All right, listen up because I don't want to repeat this twice. We've gotten word that UC Systef is massing somewhere nearby for an attack on the key. While we prepare for their arrival, I want you to head straight for Bannock 4 and bring Crix's legacy home.
Ah, siamo già a questo punto? Come fai a sapere che la Def si sta radunando per un attacco?
I have a very reliable source at Mast.
Ok.
They were so concerned that the threat was real, they actually jumped the information out to us right away.
Perché la realtà di Crix è così importante? Dimmi esattamente cosa vuoi che faccia.
Lay it out, Jess.
Che domanda di merda potevo fargli? Che senso ha quella domanda?
This data you snagged from Generdyne into the Keys databanks. All you need to do is build and then install a conduction grid module onto your ship. Oh, and if you haven't already, you'll need the comm spike module installed as well.
Okay.
Oh, is that all? And here I thought this was going to be a challenge.
Once your ship is ready, jump out to Bannock 4, board the legacy, and bring us the cash.
Cash. Deve esserci un inghippo. E se quando arrivo su Bannock 4 non trovo nulla?
You better pray that isn't the case, because that means we are done. As in, no more Crimson Fleet.
Dove posso costruire i moduli della nave? Penso da lei.
Everything you'll need for ship repair and construction is down in Jass's section of the... You have any questions about them?
Deve esserci un inghippo.
Of course there's a catch. What, you thought this would be easy?
After you board the legacy, be on the lookout for 2 transfer modules.
Mm-hmm.
They're special keys that allow access to the ship's vault. Once you locate the vault's control center, hook up the data core I'm gonna give you, and download everything they've got.
And before you get any bright ideas, like running off with the money, that currency is going to be heavily encrypted. Only a genius like Shinya will be able to crack that encryption. So bring it back here right away.
Va bene. Perché mi servono 2 moduli di trasferimento per aprire la cassaforte?
Because those Galbank ships were carrying so much money they didn't even trust their own crew.
Ah. E se Sinja non riuscisse a decodificarlo?
That would be a first. I have yet to see encrypted currency that Shinya could not manipulate within hours. I mean, the guy plugs his body directly into his mainframe. He eats, breathes, and shits numbers all day. No, I'm not worried about him.
Prendete conto su di me.
Yeah? I sure hope so. Look, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. If that money ends up anywhere but the key, I will hunt you down and pry it out of your dead hands myself. Now get moving.
La realtà di Crix serve solo per i soldi?
The Crimson Fleet isn't really a fleet. It's an ideal. A principle that Crix sought to set up so that pirates didn't infight over scraps. Over time, that notion has been lost. Captains have been turning their backs on the fleet, doing jobs on the side, killing each other. Bringing Crix's legacy back to the fleet would be like validating everything Jasper Crix believed in. And I'm certain it would unify us once again. Of course, it wouldn't exactly hurt to have all that extra money at our disposal. But I think you catch my meaning.
Chi sono questi capitani di cui parli in continuazione?
You've met some of them already. Matis Castillo, Yevgeny Rokov, Juan Dayu, Estelle Vincent, and Adler Kemp. They might feel like independents to you, but each one of them has a stake in the Crimson Fleet. And each one of them wants a cut of the wealth. I am sending word out to every able-bodied captain that they are needed. We'll see how many answer the call.
Cosa ti preoccupa di più dell'attacco in arrivo?
The toughest nut to crack is if UC Systef brings in the Vigilance. That Commander Ikande has himself a hell of a ship there. Advanced shield tech, bristling with weapons. I would love to see that thing burn. If we hope to stand a chance against it, we need those defensive batteries and Crix's legacy.
Va bene.
Get moving before it's too
Aspetta.
late. Shouldn't you be
No, niente.
Now get your ass to Bannock 4.
Va bene.
I need to get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast.
Come farà il modulo di termometro della realtà?
The comm spike traces and decrypts code
In realtà queste cose le ho già capite. Ti mando un ping e se risponde lo trovi. Sì. Esatto. Come mi aiuterà il modulo griglia a conduzione? Oh madonna, ancora 6 domande dai dementi. Assorbe l'energia così in modo che non crepo, esatto. Cosa puoi dirmi delle batterie difensive della chiave? Questo è già più interessante.
There are 3 defensive batteries, basically high-powered military space turrets, triangulated around the key. They were part of the UC's original defenses for the station. Pretty effective, too. Can put some serious hurt on enemy spacecraft.
Ok.
The good news is that the batteries have an incredibly wide field of coverage, so they can pick off ships trying to reach the key from any vector. The bad news is that they're 100-year-old tech. They keep breaking down and are expensive as hell to keep operational.
Ti piace darmi una mano con la nave?
Not a problem. Conduction grid.
Vai. Devo mettere i cosi.
Bet you would.
Devo installare quelle cose. Migliora nave. Forse non è su migliora nave, vero? Costruttore navale. Controlli. Aggiungi. Cannone strutturali. Indicatore. Optech. Supporto Army Horizon. Oblò. Radiatore. Rinforzo. Scudi. Reattori. Ah, posso mettere più reattori che potenziano la nave. Io sta cosa non l'ho mai cagata. Ok, posso volendo. Va bene. Gravimotori, carrelli. Equip. Serbatoio di elio. Griglia di eccoci qua. Griglia di conduzione. Dove la possiamo mettere? Qui la possiamo mettere? Sì. E il Comspike. Quindi 1 e 1 ce l'abbiamo. Una a destra e una a sinistra. Perfetto. Esci. Modifica. Accetta. E abbiamo tutto. Abbiamo tutto. E... abbiamo un perk. No, non abbiamo punti da spendere. Non abbiamo punti da spendere. Andrei già rimasta senza testa. E mi dà fastidio il fatto che non posso... che non posso... entrare nell'alloggio del capitano. È palese che dici sia l'ultima cosa. Voglio saperlo. Voglio essere sicuro al 100% che sia lì. Scusate, ma io voglio saperlo. Devo essere al 100% sicuro. Dio, non c'è niente. È tutta una bugia. Non c'è niente qui, aspetta. Perché ho fatto TCL? Potevo fare unlock direttamente, sono un idiota? Non l'ha aperto. Ma quindi è finta. Cioè non c'è niente qui. Mi hanno mentito, mi hanno detto una bugia. Questa non è veramente la... non c'è niente. Cos'è cut content? Ma che cazzo, c'è solo un letto e... quindi non è qui, quindi lo devo cercare di... lo devo cercare. Niente, almeno so che non è qui. Ok. Poi. Sono libero? Sono libero. Quindi si sta morendo tutto, sta impazzendo tutto. Ma va bene. Io faccio una cosa. Io do un attimo un'altra occhiata alla chiave per vedere se trovo il... l'ultima parte dell'intervista, perché me ne manca una, giusto? Voglio essere sicuro al 100% di questa roba. ID intervista. Intervista 1, 2, 3, manca la 4. Quindi è per forza in giro. È per forza in giro e lo devo cercare. Quindi io voglio risparmiarmi la ricerca. Non ha senso che mi metta qui a cercarlo a perdere tempo. Quindi lo cerco, lo trovo, iniziamo il prossimo episodio e andiamo sulla luce vigilance. Quindi facciamo così. Quindi vi saluto e ci vediamo alla prossima puntata. Ciao a tutti, io vi metto alla ricerca dell'ultima nota. Ciao.